Hello there, this is Tim Skinner here at Africacom 2015. Today I'm being joined by Stefan Jansson, who's the CEO of Incell. Stefan, hello.
Hello.
Thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So I understand that you're exhibiting here at the show,
Yes,
at Africacom.
Yep.
Can you tell me a bit more, for viewers who aren't quite aware of what you may do, can you tell us a bit more about Incell and what you're doing here?
Yes, we're here to present our lithium-based products, which is a battery technology that store energy in a similar way to other chemistries, but in a much smarter way. It's much lighter, it's much better for the environment, and we can also add a cloud connect that we call always connected, so we can remotely monitor and follow the status and the state of health of the battery through its entire life.
Okay. And is that what you are demonstrating this week at Africacom then?
Yes, that's what we demonstrate. Both the Cloud Connect, which is how we connect this to the cloud, and the benefit out of that, and also some hardware we can look and feel on in our booth.
Okay, and you mentioned then the cloud connectivity side of things.
Yeah.
How does that benefit operators then?
From an operator point of view, first of all, if you go the road and change from lead to lithium in a region like Africa, you will, number one, reduce cost. Because the number of cycles is tremendously much more, up to 20 times more compared to other chemistries. So, but in addition to that, we bring a smartness into the battery. This smartness tells the operator the state of health and the state of charge of the battery.
Okay.
So they can plan this. And now bring the Cloud Connect is that they don't need to visit the site. They can remotely monitor the state of health, and they know exactly when they need to do maintenance and the performance of the battery, which is something today that nobody knows.
And you touched upon just a minute ago about some of the primary differences between the sort of legacy lead batteries and the new lithium batteries that we've been working on. And I think you mentioned just now that lithium as an established technology for handsets is sort of going back 15 years.
Yes.
Firstly, what are the primary benefits of lithium over lead in this context, and why do you think it's taken such a long time for lithium to become more of an option for towers?
Yeah, I think the challenge for the towers is that they have a legacy in terms of old rectifier system, which is just a voltage. So it has been a challenge to implement the lithium battery charger into the infrastructure network for the cell tower. We have overcome this problem by adding this feature inside the battery. So our lithium battery you can charge with just a float voltage, nothing more than that. And then we can benefit of the hugely reduced weight and the much longer lifetime.
Right.
Yeah.
And what are the consequential benefits of having a lighter battery then?
Either you can have, if you have a small cells, for instance, you can place the battery up in the tower on the wall, and you save rent on the floor if you have limited amount of space. You can also prevent theft because lead acid battery contains lead. That is a metal that tends to be stolen on the site. A lithium battery number one doesn't contain anything that you can convert into money.
Right.
So it's 100% recyclable. And it's up to 4 times lighter, so you can put it from a weight point of view in the tower.
Okay. And how much of a problem would you say with existing infrastructure, existing cell infrastructure, how much of a problem is crime and is theft for operators then?
It's a huge problem and a high cost, both in terms of that the battery gets stolen and they need to purchase new batteries, and that's roughly 20, 30, sometimes up to 40, 50% of all the sites have this problem. But then all operators in Africa, in Asia, in South America, they try to overcome this problem by making batteries in concrete and in steel, and all these added things also cost a lot of money.
So you think then by moving the cells out of arm's reach, save a lot both in terms of the theft of the cells themselves, but presumably also in the security requirements of trying to protect the existing cells.
Absolutely, and the number one, maybe the biggest advantage, if you remove the reason for the theft to occur, which we do, take away the lead, all the stolen batteries, they are after the lead, and we remove the reason for stealing the batteries.
Right. And is this a global problem then, would you say, or is it localized to Africa? Or?
It's global. It's so global all over the world, because lead is a metal that is getting more and more expensive, partly because it's not good for the environment, so it's all kind of environmental fees, they're closing lead mines, so the lead price will continue to go up, and this is also a reason that in the very near future, the cost for a lead acid battery and a lithium battery will be the same.
Right.
This means that you will get the extended life, the lower weight for free. So the lead is a high cost metal, and that's the reason for the theft that occurred. So we eliminate that by using lithium.
And for the future of this technology then, how do you see this progressing? How do you see lithium as a technology taking over? How long do you think it will be before that sort of handover happens?
I think within the next 5 years, I think lithium will completely replace lead acid battery for telecom infrastructure.
Right.
The reason for that is purely cost. A telecom operator will not pay a premium for a nice technology that's good to have.
Sure.
They purely look into the total cost of ownership, and we're already there today. And the reason for that is the price fall on lithium batteries, very much thanks to Tesla, that do products more for the consumer, but very similar to what we do.
Okay. And presumably then, technology such as this, as you mentioned, brings down the TCO for these things, then that must lower that barrier to entry for operators looking to deploy LTE in emerging markets, but then also for the advancement of 5G in sort of more established markets.
Absolutely. The small cells, and I have not yet mentioned that if you take the lithium battery like we do, and we have the smartness and we know the life, we have this remotely connected, all these parameters makes us that we can sell the lithium battery as a service. You don't need to purchase the battery up front and hope you get the life of the battery. With us, you can purchase the battery as a monthly fee over time. If it doesn't work, you don't pay. It's a very, very easy business model, how we can save cost for the operator from day one.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, Stefan, well, thanks very much for joining us today.
Okay, thank you.
It's been a pleasure.